GFL2. Continuing the story. And hopefully finishing it today too. This morning, I didn't have much time last night. Last night I actually got a bit occupied doing some, you know, the Vector event on Arknights. But this morning I did give a try to heroic mode. In my opinion, it wasn't. The impression that I got was that it wasn't as difficult as the last one. I only did one stage though. Maybe because I got to land, and from what I can read from these effects here, Lint kinda becomes... These effects kinda play a lot in favor of Land's kit, in my opinion. I used a corrosion tin with Springfields to clear the stage. It took me 2 tries, and that's why I said I thought it wasn't so difficult. I don't know, maybe in the future, maybe in the next stages becomes increasingly more difficult, especially in the bosses ones. Which luckily... Wait, let me see something. How many bosses? Or... No. Can I see from these ones? Oh, there's one boss over here. There's another boss over here. What the fuck is Krolik doing here? Krolik again? Huh. Okay, so the boss is Krolik for some reason. Wait, what about these ones? No. Oh, here we have some different things. War. Oh, that's the big shield guy, right? Yeah, it's the big shield guy. Thank you one. This one... Oh, is this the flying thing that gets camouflage? No, not camouflage, cloaked. Okay. Yeah, alright. Alright, yeah, I see how I can get annoying. Hopefully I'm not going to have too much difficulty with it. Alright. I almost forgot, I need to set up my cell phone. So I will be able to reach chat in case anyone appears. There we go. All messages. And one. DA14. Private invitation. Wait, how's the audio? Give me a minute. Okay, the audio seems fine. Congratulations. You have been chosen as the most special guest for this event. Go. Finally, Lynn's perspective. The humming of fans, the beeping of machinery, the rush of liquids through pipes. Surrounded by the sounds, Lynn slowly opens her eyes. Damn it, my head hurts. The room before her is dark. The surrounding walls are covered in displays, whose flickering images radiate a ghostly blue light that dimly illuminates the interior. She never seen this place before. Where am I? Ah, you're finally awake. How do you feel? Lynn shudders as she hears an unfamiliar voice speaking directly into her ear and reflexively reaches for her gun, only to find that she is securely bound by the chair she's in. The chair slides along the ground for some distance, and the shrill sound of metal grinding against metal fills the air. The man laughs sadistically, as he watches Lynn struggle. Oh, what the fuck? I don't like your lashes, my guy. You, I don't know what is this. I don't know what it's about this man's face that it kind of freaks me out a little bit. No need to be so anxious. I will give your gun back later. Lynn looks to the side and sees a man in fancy clothes leaning against a control console, a mocking smile on his face. He has one hand in a pants pocket and holds a long stained glass in the other, blissfully savoring the fragrance of the wine within. The man slowly raises his head and exhales a long, slow breath. Even the best wine only shows its true worth in the eyes of one who understands it. Similarly, even the most powerful doll can only show its true power when wielded by a capable master. Hey, no, don't bring this weird master kink shit. If I were you, I would feel honored to have been chosen by a professional like me. Your face is so disgusting. I don't know. Maybe it's the combination of the long lashes with the big mouth. Maybe that's what's making me freak out a little bit. Even though anatomically his facial features are correct. Like these proportions are not so anime inclined, it's more realistically inclined. More realistic facial proportions, but still it freaks me out a little bit. Like, see how these two have completely different proportions when it comes to the design of their faces? Especially the mouth here. Lynn's mouth is very small, like, you can see that she starts on the mouth and this line over here, where her eye would start, while him, the corners of his mouth go all the way into halfway into the line of his eyes, which is more realistic. That's still so freaky. Look at this face, ew. It got your tongue. Are you in such a awe of my presence that you cannot muster up the ability to speak? No, it's just that you're trying so hard to be cool, but all you're doing is being cringe instead. Is that what passes for businessmen this day? Have you fallen so low that you have resorted to kidnapping dolls? You will really do anything to make a quick buck, won't you? Ooh. The corner of the man's mouth twitches visibly. Oh, she touched a nerve. He takes a deep breath and forces a smile to his face once again. It looks like I will need to properly introduce myself. My name is Carl Holt, a genius who made best-selling toys at the age of 6. Even a doll should have heard of my name when the magazines publish it. Carl? What's that? Not Carl. Carl? Nope, doesn't ring a bell. So what does this have to do with abducting dolls? My father, Yakov Holtz, is the supervisor of the Girard Group's robotics R&D department. You should understand what that means, right? Our family hasn't fallen so far that we need to kidnap dolls to sell for money. And yet she's here all the same. We'll go straight to the point, my guy. So you're not a failure of a businessman. You're a failure of a Nepo baby then? If your aim was to bring me here so I would praise you, you picked the worst person imaginable for the job. Carl's mouth twitches even more intensely now. Man, this guy is really easy to trigger, isn't it? He takes 3 deep breaths before he speaks again. Let me say this again. I'm not going to sell you off, so stop calling me a failure. I simply want you to do me a favor, Miss Lind. Tonight there is going to be an arena match in the depths of the cruise liner. I want you to help me win the match so I can make a point to my father. Ah, daddy issues, I see. The confusion in Lynn's eyes grows, but Carl gets more and more excited. He begins a long spiel without bothering to ask Lynn if she wants to hear it. Oh god. Cruise liner you're on is actually a cathedral of entertainment for those in our rarefied social class, and here money, power, position, everything can be wagered. And the most exciting bets are placed on the arena match that you'll soon participate in. Don't believe anyone can resist that temptation. What do you mean by arena match? Does it involve fighting? I have no idea why people are so captivated by these primitive displays of violence. And I have even less idea where you're getting your confidence from. Think that everything's going to come up roses. Just because you kidnapped a doll. You don't get it. A genius like me only makes a move after crafting a 100% foolproof plan. He jinxed himself. He just jinxed himself. Ah man, how unfortunate. Well, you had a good run, Carl. Since the arena match is a contest of strength, there's no question that tactical dolls have an advantage over civilian dolls. Unfortunately, most tactical dolls are employed by the military or government organizations, and I have no desire to antagonize the governments. Neither do I possess the strength to face off against the military. Therefore, Carl's eyes gleam with madness as he slowly walks around to the rear of the chair and plants his hands on Lynn's shoulders. My best choice was a small PMC like yours with no funding or official backing, which won't make waves even if an incident occurs. These robots are stationed at the mansion where part of a test I arrange. Congratulations, Miss Lind. Your combat performance has won my highest approval. Huh? A small PMC? Won your approval? Lind has no idea where to start picking his words apart. You're an adult, right? Do you not even know about Griffin and Kruger? 10 years ago, Griffin was the premier PMC in the country, and you are still probably playing with literal dolls somewhere. And this plan of yours is so full of holes it's more like a fishing net. 100% foolproof, my ass. For example, if I hadn't gone to sell off that card, wouldn't your plan have derailed right from the start? But in the end, you went out and tried to sell it, right? That just proves my plan worked. Even if you hadn't taken the cards, then I would have uncancelled my future commission with Griffin and continued trying to lure you out. As long as I could get you away from Griffin, I would have a chance to make my move. Carl begins rambling to himself. The mania in his eyes gradually fades, replaced by gloominess. The guy somehow gives me Reddit vibes for some reason. The Berserkers were useful for that, at least. After enough, they will solve any kind of problem. Offer enough and they will solve any kind of problems for you. You hadn't mentioned Girard Group just now. I would probably have mistaken you for some stupid playboy. You actually think those Vertiger thugs can be trusted? Are you retarded? How the hell did the Girard Group manage to produce a failure like you? Well, Carl, aren't you going to answer the question? Are you retarded or not? Shut up. Carl's expression shifts as he tightens his grip on Lynn's shoulder. The sudden pain forces Lynn to crawl. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Stop calling me a failure. You're the same as all those people from the Girard Group. All you do is piss me off. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Carl is angry. He's angry. The man is very, very angry. I thank everyone here for taking time out of your busy schedules to take part in this charity gala. I'd like to use this opportunity to introduce my son, Carl. The toy he developed is a bestseller on the market, and all proceeds from the sales will be donated in full to our charity foundation. Come, Carl, say hello to all the nice people. Hello, everyone. I expected nothing less of Maiden Halt, boy. He's clearly extraordinary. Even at the tender age of 6, I'm sure he'll be running a corporation of his own by the time he turns 26. How blessed you are, Maiden. Of course, it's only natural that Maiden Halt's son should be a rare genius. Why don't you say a few words, young Carl? I'd like to bask in your genius. Thank you all for coming to attend my wife's funeral. To honor my wife's dying wishes, I will shoulder the legacy of the Holt family and strive to restore its glory. My condolences, Mr. Yakov. It is truly a shame that your wife was taken from us at the prime of her life. I cannot imagine the sorrow that you and young Master Carl must be going through now. Father, I want to see Mother. Where is she? Is Mother not coming back? Silence, Carl. Stop whining like a little failure. My apologies. It seems we have shown you an unseemly side of ourselves. Why are you trying to make me feel bad for Carl, game? Oh, here comes the failure of the Haltz family, still playing with toys at this age. The Haltz boy never really grew up, did he? Why don't you say a few words, Carl? Teach us how to be spoiled. Failure who doesn't even care about how pathetic he is. The experimental funds I gave you were so you could develop mechanical products that would contribute to the Girard Group, not to waste on playing house. I wouldn't expect you to make a decent copy of that though, but you're saying you can't even figure out a way to defeat it? Is that it? How did Sela give birth to a failure like you? He's just not on his appetites. That's all there is. I am Carl Holtz, the heir of the Holtz family. It's one thing if father looks down on me, but for a mere doll to do the same, what right do you have to criticize me? The hands gripping Lane's shoulder suddenly let go, and then a fist whistles through the air before slamming to the side of Lane's head. The impact of the fur of the fist and her head hitting the back of the chair briefly dazes her. Lynn turns and looks Carl straight in his angry, bloodshot eye. You mad, bro? So the heir to the Holtz family went to all this expense just to capture a mere doll. Doesn't seem very smart to me. And besides, why exactly... Sorry. Why exactly should I do what you tell me? I can control those berserk robots. I have access to the Girard Group's latest technology. You have already seen those robots before. They were under my control. Soon, you will too. Carl kicks a button on the back of Lynn's chair. The surface of the armrest and the back of the chair slides open, revealing a dense network of cables with it. They coil and wrap around Lynn until she's tightly bound. Right after that, a powerful electrical current pours into her frame. Pain fills Lynn's neurocloud, and she can't help the grunt that escapes her. Carl slowly walks around the land until he stops in front. You're right. I didn't need to capture an ordinary PMC doll. After all, an ordinary doll wouldn't have given me such an amusing reaction. You, on the other hand, are a different story. After all, you are ULSD test type, with sensory feedback comparable to that of the human beings. Isn't that right? SIC 012? Lind hasn't heard the designations ULC, ULSD, and SIC 012 in a long time. Her pupils suddenly contract as she hears them spoken once again. The experimental regime she endured as a ULSD was a nightmare that constantly haunted her. She's never revealed that part of her past to anyone else apart from the commander. How did you... Lind wants to ask just where he learned that information, but the agony in her frame keeps her from speaking. All she can do is watch as he takes out a remote control and see him smile coldly as he presses the button on it. Streams of data and electrical current slam into Lynn. Her pain is amplified numberless times. Carl's body seems to distend away in an instant, only to pull back in front of her, as though in slow motion. Junk data washes over land like a flood, filling her neurocloud and assaulting her level 2 layer. The tearing pain of the fourth override process pours into every corner of her frame. Her visual module shut down amidst the pain, and her vision fills with a cold, white light. Lynn struggles to see amidst the radiance, but all that greets her is an endless void. Countless aliens appear out of virtual nothingness, slowly creeping towards her. Things are looking very bad for her, indeed. Emmett. The only thing about all this that she has her trusty Auto 12 sorry, in hand, and with it, her confidence returns to her. Lind raises her gun. I cannot die. I will not die here. Not here. God damn it, we need to do something about our dolls. How should I say? Virtual security? Virtual security measures, because it makes it look that it's very easy to just hack them. Like, how many times so far have their bodies been taken control over by other people? few of them died. Good. Well, at least, well, technically, isn't she has not, her body has not been taken over yet. More like an attempt so far. Maybe he'll fail. Who knows? Who knows? Let me see. I think I'll move here. Although that toad has a froze thing. So he's probably going to move me, right? Oh, they didn't make ice. Let's go, let's go. Okay, okay, that's good, that's good. So now I win. Simple like that. Continue. DA15. Texas Hold'em, blackjack, electronic dice, slot machines, roulette tables. They really do have everything here. The illumination from the luxurious decorations and lurid lighting meld together as gamblers move back and forth between tables, lost in this hollow enjoyment. Kyonju and Cheetah dart between the crowd, searching for a clue about how to get to the B1 deck. Those two rich patrons I saw at the bar earlier are gone. Later, look, do you think they went there? Kyonju looks where Cheetah is pointing. A part of black-suited guards are standing in front of a grand-looking door. This door seems quiet and sedate compared to the liveliness of the rest of the casino. There's something written on it. Let me see. VIP area. Only for guests with gold ships. Wow. What's this VIP area? And what are those gold ships? Is there a super casino in there or something? When a wealthy guest mentioned a special event, he flashed a stack of gold ships which looked like they were made of gold. It looks really suspicious. Looks like we'll need to think of a way to get in there. Cheetah, how much cash do you have on hand that we can exchange for chips? Right now, about 500 credits worth, I guess. But later, that's the last of my candy fund. Could you help me make up for the rest for me? I don't have much cash on hand either. All we can do is hope that gold chips don't cost too much to redeem. Kyonju and Cheetah pull their cash and then head to the casino's cage. Welcome, ladies. We will be buying ships tonight. How much are the gold ships? The dealer smiles and pulls back the red cloth inside the cage, gesturing to the labeled numbers below. It is as you see. 1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros. Holy cow, 5 zeros? So each one is 100 grand? That's insane. You might as well just grab a gun and rob people at this point. Kyonju ignores Cheetah's protests. Her expression is one of serenity. Understood. I will buy 2,000 credits worth of ships for now. Thank you. Cheetah squeezes the two little ships she just brought in her fist and drags Kyonju off the corner of the casino. Clearly, he has something to say. Is that really happening, leader? Did our money disappear just like that? And even after all that, we only got these two measly little chips. Are you seriously planning to win 100 grand credits with a stake of 2,000? I was, actually. Huh? Are you for real? Then we should just hold up everyone here. It would be faster that way. I mean, when it comes to gambling, we will be totally screwed if we lose just once, right? Cheetah, you have forgotten the most important thing. What's that? You mean like how we can claim anything we lose from caretaker's caretaker as a business expense? No. What's important is that we won't lose. Saying so, Kyonju takes the chips from Cheetah before flipping them up into the air and neatly catching them. We're dolls, and that's why we will not lose. You sure? You sure about that, Kyonju? For a moment, Cheetah stares blankly at the gleaming confidence in Kyonju's eyes. Then she gets what Kyonju is hinting at. A wicked grin spreads across Cheetah's face as she rubs up against Kyonju. I get it. So you're going to cheat them, is that it, leader? It's not cheating, just leveraging our advantages as dolls. Kyonju looks at the card tables in the distance. I was observing how the tables are distributed in the casino. Each one has 5 dealers and a supervisor, and they have IR scanners under each table to keep players from cheating. We probably won't have much luck trying to pull off sleight of hand at the gambling tables. The slot machines are fully automatic and appear to be a good choice, but there are too many punters around them, and there's no way we can do anything with so many eyes watching. Huh? Doesn't that mean we are out of options? We still have this. Kyonju exchanges a look with Cheetah, and then they approach one of the electronic tables. Upon detecting someone nearby, a mechanical arm lifts a touchscreen and presents it to the pair. Kyonju taps it, and the edges of the table light up. A hologram of a virtual dealer appears over the center of the table and bows to them. Steamed glass, number 03425. Welcome to the Carnival Quebec DB01 online entertainment system. Please select the game you would like to play and insert your chips into the slot on the right. During the game, please refrain from striking, damaging, or attempting to disassemble the machine. Since it's a networked device, we should be able to hack it through level 2. The plan is to stop the data pertaining to failures and only let the successful data through. Oh, so you're saying we can directly access the casino network and mess with the results? Precisely. The Gerard Group provided this special service for gamblers who had difficulties going to offline casinos. But it's turning out to be a godsend for us instead. Kyonju smiles and slips her chips into the machine. The dice on the screen begin spinning at high speed. Let's go for the mode with the simplest rules. High and low. I estimate 6 rounds should be enough for us to go from 2,000 to 100,000 credits. Why don't we maintain the signal spoofing for longer? Wouldn't that be better? We will trigger system alerts if we do it for too long. It's less risky this way. All we need to do is work fast in level 2. Are you ready, Cheetah? The game is about to begin. Come on, this genius has been waiting for this. Oh, it's an actual dice. Are these the dice programs for the Carnival Quebec? They're small and square and pretty cute. It's just a dice, Cheetah, come on. Cheetah, don't get careless. We can only spoof the error signals for a few rounds. We need to take care of this ASAP. So that means we can gain points but not lose them? Relax, Litter. I won't hold you back. Playing games is serious business for me. So I just hit them like this. Okay. Oh. Oh. 4, 3, 1. Okay, I just hit them, I guess. Like this. Alright. Simple like that, I guess, then. The spinning die gradually slows down and eventually comes to a halt with the 6 facing up. The Carnival Cubic machine plays upbeat music. Ding 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 ding! Congratulations on winning again, guest number 03425. Do you wish to continue betting? We have scored the 100k we need. Let's wrap things up. Hyunju clicks the quit button, and a flood of chips pours out of the chute amidst the sound of clinks and beeps. Wow, leader, we are rich! Huh? Cheetah takes out the sole golden chip from the pile. It mass takes her by surprise. Wait a minute. I think this chip is made from actual gold. Is the Girard group giving this out just like that? Well, 100,000 credits is pretty close to the price you would pay for actual gold. Is that how it is? And this place is a gold mine. I wish I had more time to learn more. Then we could hand it to Caretaker's caretaker. Cheetah's muttering is interrupted by an alert. Hyunju turns away to take Tololo's call. Leader, the cruise ship has come to a halt in a bay that's surrounded by mountains on 3 sides. A bay fenced in by mountains. Using such a well-hidden location suggests that their special event isn't something that they want others to see. That's what Miss Alien said too. They sent 2 support echelons and a helicopter over. We are currently shadowing the liner. If anything happens, we will be able to support you ASAP. Alright, be careful. Don't let the external guards spot you. Understood. We have also finished analyzing the vessel's structure. I will send a 2D map to you later. Once you find land, you can evac by following the indicated route. I will pick you up on the deck. Good work, Tololo. We are almost as efficient as this genius. Now that I think about it, what would be a interaction between Cheetah and Coral be like? Since both of them kind of enjoy making things, inventing things, maybe they could get along together? Maybe? Although I don't like the idea of my daughter getting along with Coral. I don't know, maybe this guy could redeem himself perhaps. But I doubt it. Why isn't anyone talking? After a brief silence, Tololo awkwardly clears her throat. Also, I learned something about the matter you asked me to investigate. What did you find out? The Novalis belongs to a toy company. It's a place that the company uses to host charity events, and many media outlets have reported on it. CEO Madame Celia would often bring her son Carl to these events. The toys Coral created have also made the news. The Hairtalk Toy Company. In other words, that Mr. Holtz. That's right. Carl's full name is Carl Holtz. The contact information he gave to Griffin was correct. But why would someone who runs a charity want to kidnap land? Also, the inside of this boat is about as far from non-profit as you can get. You're right. It isn't connected to charity at all, because Madame Celia passed away from an illness 6 years ago, and her toy company went down with her. Currently, the ownership of the liner has been transferred to Carl's father, Yakov. Oh, I remember that name. He was that jerk who was building robots for the Girard group. So, you're saying this kidnapping was masterminded by a father and son duo? Something is not quite right. After putting together all the information Tololo has given, Hyunju falls silent for a while. Since Carl's father is a Girard Group researcher, he ought to have a way to get those berserk robots under control. Why did he go out of his way to get a PMC to clean up his mess? Could he have been trying to get us to pick up that ID card? That would make it even weirder. Given the Girard Group's wealth and power, they would definitely have access to in-house paramilitary forces. They wouldn't need to hire criminals like the Birchgers, and they most certainly wouldn't need to resort to such roundabout means to kidnap land. The most likely possibility is that Carl didn't want to draw the group's attention, and all this was simply a personal initiative. So, you're saying Yakov doesn't know about this? Indeed. Everything's been going smoothly all night, from boarding the vessel to the ID check. Even the ship's security forces have been replaced by robots for the most part. I think it's less that he doesn't know and more like he isn't even on the ship at all. Both sides of the line go silent. Well, even if we know all this, we still don't know what the kidnappers are trying to accomplish. There's still too much that we don't know. All we can do is head down to the B1 deck and see if we can find more clues there. Yep, seeing is believing after all. Let's go, go, go! Oh, Cheetah, always so full of life, aren't you? After ending the transmission with Tololo, Hyunju and Cheetah arrive at the door marked VIP area. Can we go in? One moment, please. The security guard takes the gold chip and presses it to a sensor on the door. There is a beep, and then the door slowly slides open, revealing a lavishly decorated elevator. Please proceed, ladies. It's the lift! Looks like our guess was on the mark. I hope we will be able to see land soon. The pair enters the elevator, while holding these thoughts in their hearts. The heavy door separates the inside and the outside of like a wall. There is a muffled commotion from behind the door, as though the sound is being muffled by some invisible membrane. As the feeling of weightlessness from the elevator's descent grows, this noise becomes clearer. Hums. Until the elevator comes to a halt, and the doors slowly open. Oh my god, they have a whole ass arena inside the ship. Because of course they do. Shouts and screaming fill the air, and a mix of sweat, blood, and stimulant hits them in the face like a physical blow. What on earth is this place? Unlike the brightly lit 1F, B1 is dim with blood red lighting. In the center is a huge circular arena, surrounded by maniacal fans. I can't fucking read. Their formal attire cannot hide the bloodlust in their eyes. The sound of cheers and curses blends together, as though this is their paradise of release. And in the arena, a red doll and a blue doll are engaged in combat. The payout odds for both sides fluctuates on the overhead screen, and the shifting numbers have the audience in their grasp. It's as though the entire B1 deck is in the grip of some indescribable frenzy. How could this be happening? Don't tell me they kidnapped Lens to... Oh! Sorry, but the game didn't give me the audio, so I had to do something, okay? Suddenly, an ear-splitting cheer comes from the crowd. Hyunju and Cheetah look towards the arena. The red doll has her foot firmly planted on the blue doll's head, and the shiny floorboards reflect her crushed, distorted face. The red doll raises her sword high, aims for her opponent's shoulder joint, and forcefully drives her weapon home. Wait. Red doll sword. Is this Krolik? Is this Krolik? Is Krolik the... He has to be, right? I mean, she is the boss of this. Ah, man, I shouldn't have checked the bosses of this event, man. I feel like it just got it spoiled. God damn it. The blue doll's right arm is parted from the rest of her body, and she rolls several meters away, coming to a halt at the edge of the arena. The disarmed blue doll crawls up in the ground, moaning in pain. The doll's pitiful cries are immediately drowned out by the cheers of the audience. In the very next moment, the big screen above the ring zooms in the red doll's cold eyes. It's fucking Krolik. Oh my god, what are you doing here? What the fuck is she? Wait. Now that I think about it, where is the timeline of these events in particular? Could this be happening before the main event, the start of the main story? I mean, it is a possibility. Continue. BA16. Oi, you awake? Lynn's blank eyes open. She turns her head jerkily towards the woods. Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded. Awaken them, how are you? Carl presses a button on his remote. There's a crisp click and the bindings of the electric chair disengage. Stand up and walk around. Lynn stands up and mechanically walks around the room, then awaits Carl's next command. Turns in place and then sits back down. After seeing Lynn execute his commands to the letter, Carl claps his hands in delight. I didn't think the beta virus would be so effective. Even a rushed copy of 45% of the code segments is still enough to control a doll's neural cloud. Does it work? Are you sure about that, Carl? No wonder those defects in the arena all fight like they're possessed once they get infected by it. Why did that sit on such good stuff like this instead of giving it to me? Oh, she's not affected by it at all. Good job, Lynn. Good job, good job, good job. Good stuff. Was just pretending to space out and he totally fell for it. It's a bit too easy, doesn't it? But a stupid moron of a Nepo baby. Once again, land-based Carl's intelligence in the confines of her mind. Yeah, forget it. This actually helps bypass all kinds of problems. I might be able to get him to spill the beans on something too. The data assault on my level 2 just now was massive. If I hadn't fought back in time, my neural cloud would really have been overwritten. Was it because the virus code was incomplete? Ew, wasn't this virus targeted towards Girard dolls? I was built by IOP, so why was it effective against me? Maybe the Girard dolls use the same base layer technology as IOP dolls? Oh, that's interesting to know actually. Because that insinuates that either the technology was stolen or there are some people from IOP working under the Girard group. It's actually interesting. Because the Girard group is producing third generation dolls, aren't they? To reach that level there. Perhaps there is the serious insinuation of similar technology. Not just similar technology, maybe it's the same technology. And if it's the same technology, that implies that okay. Before Lind can reach a conclusion, Kroll gives her another order. Oi, doll, come here. I'll tell you about the arena rules and your opponent tonight. Here he comes. Let me see what exactly you're up to. Lind walks over to Carl's side. While Lind was mentally prepared for what she might see in an arena, the sight before her still hits her hard. The screen shows a camera feed. In it, a red-colored doll with bunny ears is viciously chopping a doll on the ground to bits. It exemplifies cruelty, violence, and savagery. Just about every frame of the video maxes out Land's tolerance for disgust. As you can see, there are no rules in the doll arena. You can use any means to attack and can freely destroy your opponent's brain. Simply put, whoever reduced their opponent to scrap first wins. Carl pushes the pause button. The feed is frozen on an image of the moment when the red doll cut her opponent in half at the waist. This is your opponent tonight, Krolik, who's known as K09. Here. When a certain underground doll arena was all the rage in the green zone, she was one of the two most popular fighters there. Do you know why that is? Melee combat dolls are rare enough for starters, and her brutal fighting style was most entertaining. Of course, the more thrilling the show, the more the audience loved it. Unfortunately, the real Krolik escaped during an accident 8 years ago, and it was her partner, the other most popular fighter there, who helped her flee. Oh, so this is not the real Krolik. Or should I say, not our Krolik. It's just a copy of her. Or should I say the same model? The other most popular doll who helped her flee. That could be. I don't remember exactly what's Krolik's story, if it ever had been told at all. I haven't read her files, too. Should do that when I have the time. There's a lot of GFL content, lore content that I haven't read yet. Even though they usually try their best to kill each other in the ring, they decided to be all buddy-buddy at the time like this. Those make me sick. Despite being created by humans, all they think about is betraying humanity. Forget it. Why am I even telling a doll like you all this? Carl throws up his hands in exasperation. The organization's finances haven't been doing too well recently, so in order to whet the investors' appetite, that modified one of Krolik's replica frames into the K09 unit. It preserves the original Krolik's fighting style to the maximum extent. Even her swing force is a 1-to-1 match. Unsurprisingly, K09 is undefeated in the arena. It won 22 consecutive matches so far, and its total winnings are a jaw-dropping amount. This is why I have brought you here. I want you to replace K09 and become a new king of the ring. Understand what I'm trying to say here? What? So it was for such a stupid reason. That's why I hate unreasonable violence. It takes great effort for Lynn to suppress her desire to throw up. No, now's not the time to fight back. The commander were here, or even just the leader, they will tell me not to be impulsive. I need to stay calm. The way you are now makes it hard for me to tell how much it is actually getting through. If you understand, repeat what I just said. Understood. My mission is to help you destroy the doll that your dear father went to all the efforts to build. Yes, good. Carl nods in satisfaction. That tone, though, it sounds strange. It's sarcastic. Is sarcasm a factory default setting for you? Never mind, it doesn't matter. As long as you blow K09 apart with your shotgun, the audience will go crazy over you and you will become the new star of the underground with countless fans and followers. Wait, so it's allowed to bring guns to the arena? Wouldn't that be dangerous for the audience? Whatever. Why do I even care? Meanwhile, I will have the grounds to talk terms with father. I will have proven that I can influence the family business, and that I am the one who most deserves to operate Mother's cruise line. How's that? Isn't that a win-win plan worthy of a genius? Carl looks at Len's blank face, and seems a little disappointed. Father was like this too. He would either mock me or ignore me every day. Go ahead and talk. It doesn't matter if you're sarcastic or not. This is just too boring. For instance, don't you have any questions you want to ask me? Right, just ignore those unnecessary orders and ask what you want. You just said that having me get rid of K09 was just one of your goals, right? So firepower wasn't the real reason you picked. Of course. If I just wanted a fighter, buying a tactical doll from the black market would have been simple enough. The arena isn't a battlefield. It's ultimately just a form of entertainment. The performance aspects of it are more important than the fighting element. Like pain, for instance. Carl chuckles, then taps the ULSD dossier on the table. I know you were an experimental unit with simulated sensory organs, and your ability to perceive things is beyond anything other dolls can match, let alone these fighters. Most of them are the effects Father produced in the process of producing third gem dolls. Oh, I see. Most don't even have mature neurocloud modules loaded. They are failures in every sense of the word. While the beta virus does have a side effect of amplifying sensory feedback, they can only respond mechanically, which is far from what research-grade work demands. So, even pain can become an object of scientific study? If the audience wants it, nothing is impossible. Oh, you should watch this. We'll be working together for a good long time anyway, so the more you understand, the better. The scene on the monitor changes to a video log of an experiment. A shabbily dressed man is tied to a wooden rack, and a group of researchers in white coats are surrounding him. What? Commencing test. Commence experiment number GR00237. Now collecting data on etched implement injury. Huh. The researcher raises his scalpel and jabs it into the test subject. Blood sprays out and covers the screen. The test subject screams echo through the chamber, while the researchers look down at their clipboards and scribble notes, as though all this was just a footnote to completing their experiment. Experiment number GR00237. Control group. Begin procedure. The scene shifts. The test subject is now a doll. A researcher jabs his scalpel into the doll's arms once, twice, over and over again, until he has produced suffering like what that human endured. What? Why? Why were we doing this? Lynn feels her neurocloud's temperature spiking. If what she saw before was merely nauseating, what she's looking at now fills her with utter boiling rage. The image of the test subject doll defocuses, disintegrates, then comes back together before her eyes, over and over. The lingering pain from the virus awakens, traveling through her frame until it converges on her right arm. It's as though the scalpel has passed through the screen and is stabbing through her skin. Ow, that hurts. Last time I felt that was when... Lynn squeezed her eyes shut. Memories pour in like a tide. Those days and nights laced with the scent of antiseptics, yet all the helplessness and misery suddenly feel exceptionally real to her. She remembers the blindingly bright surgical lights, the ice-cold slab, the aloof looks on the researchers' faces, and the way she curled up from the pain. She remembers the questions she used to ponder back. Did I feel back then when I was chosen as test subject? Was it despair, fear, discontent? No. Back then I wasn't even self-aware enough to ask myself these things. I even thought that my pain was the whole reason I existed. Like these test subjects and these arena fighters, they're being treated as tools to be used and discarded by their masters, and they think it's perfectly natural. I know better now. I know this isn't it right. I met people who showed me the truth, even they're all correct. correct words and correct actions in order to show that what was done to me was wrong. Lind recalls the faces of many people. The commander, Helena, Exilium, the others from Frostfall, and many others besides. All friends that she had the privilege of sharing her life with. If she hadn't met them, she would probably still be trapped in a place like this, existing only to suffer like in this video. This time, it's my turn to... Just then, Carl's voice chimes in, taking Lind out of her thoughts and back to reality. Hey, you haven't moved a muscle for 3 full minutes. What's the matter? Did you blue screen or something? Was that virus too strong? Did it burn out your neural cloud or something? I hope not, that would be really bad. A series of rapid knocks interrupts his words, and the waiter's voice speaks from outside the door. Master Carl, your father just called. It would be best if you attended to it immediately. What? Carl's face falls instantly. He rushes over to the door and flings it open. The waiter on the other side is startled by the forcefulness of his actions. What did he say? Your father sounded quite angry and said he was on the way back. So I was worried that he might have found out about your plan. Didn't he go to live with his staff to prepare for the technical summit? Didn't he say it was very important? How could he spare the time to come back? I'm not very sure. Damn it. He's always ruining things for me at the most important moment. Take me to the deck right now, and I think of a way to delay him. The door slams shut with a loud bang, and the voices of Kroll and the waiter gradually fade into the distance. Lind breathes a sigh of relief. Yeah. Here I was thinking about how to get rid of that arrogant young master. That phone call sure came in time. After that, Lind connects herself to the command console and begins planning her next move. Fortunately, I still have the virus data that I copied from the mentioned robot. Oh, now that thing comes in handy. Since the robot's going out of control was caused by a virus, then uploading it to all the security robots on the ship through the central command console should trigger an uprising too. If they all go berserk, I will wait for the right moment to lead the dolls out of here and make our escape. Lind looks at the clock on the wall and the endlessly progressing flow of time. While there are still many variables in the plan, given the situation, he'll just have to take things one step at a time. I don't have time to decrypt the security route. I'll just break through it by force. And now we fight. Let's go, Lind. Oh, there's some erosion over here. Oh, an elite enemy too. Oh yeah, I have seen this one before. Right. I remember. I think 2 attacks should be enough to deal with that guy, right? Wait, let me move here. Oh, I want to move closer because I thought it wouldn't be enough to catch the toes all the way over there, but never mind. The range of this thing is way bigger than what I remembered. Oh, and actually can one-shot the moth thing. Okay, then that's what we are going to do. Boom. And now... there we go. And move here. The bug things are probably going to explode, right? Or not. Perhaps I'm fine. It barely hurts her. Their levels are so low that even if 2 of these bugs explode, it barely hurts her. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that wonderful? And then while I move all the way over here. Easy. Ah. If only the leader and the others were here. Playing this by myself is a pain. Fortunately, the virus is already doing its thing. 2 more minutes and the ship's defense systems will be completely paralyzed. We can use this time to find the exact locations of the imprisoned dolls. Let me see. The database should be here, right? Ah, I found it. It's a blueprint of the ship's internal layout. And what are these next to it? Encrypted documents? Can't open them. Meh. I'll just copy them all and worry about them later. Good job. Good job, Len. Good job. Good job. If it's confidential, if it's encrypted, it must be important. Especially considering the connections of Jakob holds with the Girard group. Maybe we can even get more information about the development of 3rd gen dolls. The hour hand on the room's clock has traveled quite some distance. The sound of hard leather shoes on metal passes is audible through the doors. Oh my god, I can't read. Why am I reading so paused? Why am I having so much difficulty today? Accompanied by Carl's cursing. You useless bastard. Why did you make such a big fuss even though nothing happened? As the master of the Novalis, I order you to bring my match forward right now. But... No but. I don't care what the backhand people have to say about it either. You will begin the match before father returns. Crap. That Carl guy is back. Copy progress at 95%. 98%. Lynn's fingers fly across the keyboard, her eye darting between the monitor and the door faster and faster. Come on, just a little more. The progress bar fills up with a beep. Lynn quickly closes the control terminal, then takes a deep breath before quickly returning to her previous position. Carl storms in, then quickly glances around the room several times, but finds nothing amiss. Then he glares at Len. Are you awake? Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded. Seeing Lynn wake up from offline status soothes Carl's frazzled nerves somewhat. Seriously? Screw that old part, he keeps messing up my plans. I was planning to work on tactics, but the situation has changed and it looks like we won't have time for that now. Our match has been brought forward. We're up next. Just as well. The virus should kick in around any time. Alright, I'll play with you then. Ignorant to Land's intentions, Carl takes a deep breath, and then his confident smile returns to his face. Let's go. It's time we made our entrance. Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl. You don't even know. You don't even know what's about to happen. Oh, Carl. Continue. DA17. Go. Wait, did I fail one mission? Did I fail one mission? Let me see the VOD. Let me see the. No, I didn't. Okay, it was just impression. Okay. Bang. The red doll easily evades the last shot. The blue doll loses its other arm and stumbles back, its neck spewing sparks. The red doll lunges forward, swinging her sword at the blue doll's vitals and delivering a fatal. In the next moment, the blue doll keels over, and the red doll ruthlessly stomps her underfoot. With the battle decided, the roars from the audience grow louder and louder, waves of sound echoing inside the compartment. Finish her! Finish her! Finish her! Target destruction command. Load complete. Yeah! The red doll drives her hand into the blue doll's chest, and with a burst of strength, she rips out her opponent's still glowing heart. There's a crunch of electronic components splittering, and then the arena is filled with deafening screams. Whoa! Whoa! In response to the audience's cries, the red doll raises the fragments of her opponent's heart into the air. Then she turns and vanishes backstage. Leader, what's the purpose of bringing all those dolls aboard the ship? Just so they could be thrown into this underground arena? I can't accept this. This is too much. How could something like this happen? I didn't expect the people behind the doll arenas to still be going strong. Looks like the crackdown operation from back then didn't get rid of them. What do you mean by crackdown operation? Were there places like this before? Yes, I heard that doll arenas like these used to be really popular in green zones for a while. Back then, they were run by mobsters, and the purchase, modification, and smuggling of dolls on the black market was very common. But ever since StateSec began the doll arena crackdown operation in 2067, 2067 is the same year as the Berlin incident, is it not? Such organizations began to decline, and the governments began strengthening regulation of the use of tactical dolls. From the looks of things, they are back. They just fled to the border between the green and yellow zones. So, those jerks back then are walking around without a care in the world now? Isn't right. Can't be sure. Perhaps the mobsters were replaced by the Girard group. Perhaps both sides reached an agreement to split the profits. The one thing we do know is that the people in charge of the arena now are the Girard group, with their massive influence, power, and resources. The casino above us? No. I should say this entire cruise liner exists for the sake of this underground doll arena. Yeonju looks towards the ring. Workers are cleaning up the doll wreckage from the arena. The sight makes Yeonju's voice more somber. There's no telling how many dolls have suffered like that in this place. We're likely to be able to live under the protection of Griffin. We simply don't know enough about the dark side of civilized society. Now that you mention it, since the cruise is for members only, all the people it serves are definitely wealth or powerful, right? Maybe Gerard uses places like these to gain political leverage on them. Correct. I'm sure there are many deeply hidden dealings here that we haven't discovered yet. Damn it, I wish I could reveal all their bad deeds to the world. Hey, who turned out the light? Suddenly, the lights above the audience seats go out one after another, from the outside inwards. In the darkness, A shaft of blinding light descends from above, illuminating the host. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MV Novales. Our Queen of the Night, K09, will be taking a short rest, and she will return to give you an exciting show later on. To all our guests who wish to wager on the outcome, please proceed to the right side of the ring within 10 minutes and place your bets with your gold chips on hand. No wonder you need gold chips to get into this place. That's what they are for. I'm sure many of our honor guests have lost their dolls during the course of tonight's arena matches. And as such, we have a special offer for you. All guests who have fielded contenders against K09 tonight are entitled to a free trial of the group's latest batch of prototypes, codenamed GNL Beta, and enjoy the highest possible discounts tonight should they decide to purchase them. The host claps, and a carefully crafted advertisement trailer appears on the big screen. Rows of specially modified dolls walk into the frame, ranging from domestic models to entertainment types, and everything else in between, reaching each of a different make and appearance. The only thing these dolls have in common is that they all have the same empty eyes as K09 does. As you can see, the dolls from the GEL Beta batch have blank neuroclouds, and the default beta programming makes them completely obedient to your instructions. That means they won't complain, they won't refuse orders, and they definitely won't betray you. You can customize them to suit your personal preferences and needs, and allow them to be freely used. I know what he means. Of course, domestic models will have all combat functionality removed, so you can rest assured that your product is absolutely safe. Oh, does that mean they won't even try to fight back? Of course. The host's voice slowly fades away, only to be replaced by twisted cheers and shouts from the audience. Some people are already planning how to make full use of their new acquisitions. All kinds of deviant discussions filter through the air and make their way to Kyonju's and Cheetah's ears. Holy crap, are these people all perverts? I can't take it anymore. Average. Average gotcha player. Leader, can I go and teach them all a lesson? Calm down, Cheetah. We haven't found the land yet. Also, we learned something from that little speech just now. At the very least, we now know why the dolls in the arena all seemed so strange. Turns out they are under the control of a virus. We need to prepare for the possibility that land has also been controlled by that virus. Nah. The spotlights come on again, illuminating the freshly cleaned ring. Alright, after the short intermission, it's time for what we all been waiting for. Since our next contender will be using firearms, we urge all guests to stay beyond the boundary line, lest you be injured by stray rounds. Light red panes of bulletproof glass rise from the arena around the ring, blocking it off from the audience. Oh, okay, so they do have a safety measure. Right. Why didn't I thought they wouldn't have one? And now, introducing the Queen of the Ring and her challenger. As the audience cheers, the spotlights focus on and follow a crimson doll as she slowly walks into the ring. It is K09, sword in hand. And then, a shaft of dazzling light shines down on the ring side, on the right side of the arena, framing a purple doll who's holding a familiar shotgun. Leader, that's Lind. Peter, try to establish comms with Lind right now. At this range, we should be able to contact her using our squad's channel. The transmission goes through, but Lind's face remains blank as she does not respond. Oh, what should we do, leader? I think Lind's really been taken over by that whatever virus. Can't be helped. We have just to go to her ourselves. I'll ask Tolo to make the necessary preparations. Cheetah, get ready to back me up. Lind's safety is our top priority. Off we go. Hello? Hello, leader. I'm not getting a reply from Lead's communicator. Not good. They're about to attack. Oh. Cheetah, pay attention to the enemy movements. We need to step in to provide support if Lind is in danger. Sorry for hitting the mic. It was an accident. Oh, just Krolik. Okay, let's see. How far can I kill Krolik? I do this, more than half of her HP dies. And then, boom. It was a hard fight, but we all tried our bests. Continue. DA18, I think? I mean, it should be DA18, right? Since it allows me to continue the story. Kaboom! A hot load of shot hits the floor of the arena. Metal balls ricochet off the bulletproof glass and cracks spiderweb everywhere. Upon seeing Lind's attack missed, K09 quickly whirls her blade round, converting her swing to a thrust aimed directly at Lind's chest. Lind steps diagonally backward and barely avoids the strike, but K09's sword tip grazes her arm and leaves a dark red wound. That hurts. Fortunately, my tactical BDU's made of strong material, so only my synth skin got nicked. Otherwise, I might have lost the entire arm. K09 doesn't anticipate her opponents avoiding her otherwise fatal blow, because she freezes up in surprise. However, she quickly changes her stance and resets her swords, ready to launch another attack. Lind's feet keep moving, and she dodges a series of attacks before pulling away to make some space between them. She's so damn fast. Is she actually a rabbit or something? She's been on me like Sabrina on dinner ever since the battle began. I haven't had a chance to counterattack at all, even if it's because of the beta virus. What kind of Tennessee is just scary? Lind carefully studies K09's every move as she works to get her breathing under control while shifting her center of balance and keeping her finger on the trigger. Don't panic. Leader and Cheetah are in the audience. All I need to do is draw this out until the robots go berserk. Open fire the next time she rushes me. Should be able to find an opening then. Now. The moment she sees K09 raise her sword, Lind pulls the trigger without hesitation. A wall of shots spews from her gun's barrel and slams into K09's weapon, with the crisp sound of metal on metal. Although K09 evades most of the metal balls with preternatural speed, one of them damages the punch through her shoulder. Manages to punch, sorry. Surprisingly enough, K09 completely ignores her shoulder injury and brings her blades down on Lind's head with a cleaving chop. Lind rolls back out of the way, once again evading the attack by the skin of her teeth. No wonder Krau said something about wanting to improve the beta virus sensory side effects. It's clearly nowhere as sensitive to pain as I am. How is that even fair? Ah, can't be helped. Time to go full auto on her. I will just have to fix your frame once we get out of here. Lynn takes a deep breath, then decides to max out her fire output. A curtain of red-hot lead instantly blocks off the way ahead of her. K09 steps aside and dodges each and every pellet headed her way. Then she reverses her grip on her sword and rushes Lynn. Once she determines that K09 is within range, Lynn focuses her fire on K09's lower body. K09 loses her balance as she takes a hit to her right leg, which supports her frame. Lynn jumps over, pressing the off-balance K09 to the ground with her elbow and pressing the muzzle of her gun against K09's head with her other hand. That ought to settle her down. However, K09 chooses this moment to erupt with tremendous force. She punches up with the back of her blade, knocking away the gun on her head before slamming her right knee into Lynn's chest and taking her by surprise. Pain radiates through Lynn's chest as she staggers back while panting heavily. Damn it, it hurts so bad I can't see straight. Although her vision is blurry now, Lynn still strives to right her balance while opening fire on K09's direction. Soon, the auto 12 she's holding clicks as its hammer falls on an empty chamber. Oh boy. Let me just drink some water, I'm losing my voice over here. K09 dashes up in front of Lynn, her sword held high. Lynn! And then K09's hand suddenly freezes in midair. The light above her suddenly flashes, and the bulletproof glass around the ring slowly lowers. The entire arena is filled with bizarre silence. Then, the sound of mechanical rearing comes from all around. Cheetah, now, support Lynn. The guns place fire as bullets hit the ground under K09's feet, driving her back. Then, as though they have received some kind of signal, every single robot in the arena begins opening fire indiscriminately. Whatever. The members of the audience scream and flee in all directions. Amidst the chaos, Yeonju and Cheetah hear Lynn's voice over the communicators. Looks like luck was on our side in the end. Lynn, it's you. You mean you weren't taken over by that whatever virus thing? Thank goodness, I thought you were really finished just now. Finish my ass, don't jinx me. Lynn gets up and dusts herself off, changing out a new drum of ammo as she does. Then, she vaults over the arena's fencing and returns to Frostfall Squad. Welcome back, Lynn. Yeonju and Cheetah smile as they meet her gaze. Then, they pivot and wordlessly take up a defensive formation. Where's Tololo? I will tell you along the way. Right now we are going to follow the route she plans and get out of here. The sooner the better. We can't use the elevator anymore, so we'll need an alternative route. In other words, we will have to go through the back of the audience seating, follow a supply corridor, and then use it to reach the main deck. Cheetah, prepare to fall back. No problem, leader. Leave it to me. Cheetah pulls a flashbang out of her waist pack, pulls the pin on it, then throws it on the ground. Smile for the camera. A blinding flash of light envelops the arena, and K09 is a force to shield her eyes. When she can finally open them, all K09 can see is the trio running to the back of the seating area. Chromatic loading. Pursuit command. Target identification. Successful. Uh-oh. Oh, whoa, I missed it. Still looking something. God damn it. Ah, god damn it, jump to the next scene. Okay, maybe this stream on my cell phone. Still looking the direction of the trio. God damn it. God damn it, let me try again. Come on. Come on, almost there. Right, there we go. Still looking the direction where the trio have fled, K09 stands up once again and gives chase. There we go. Oh, wait, so Mr. Arrogant Young Master went through all that effort to capture you because he wanted you to fight for him? Cheetah's exclamation is so loud that it echoes through the hall. A bunch of security troopers come to investigate, but a hail of fire forces them to take cover behind the pillars. Vertigo guy, Josh. Welcome to the stream, Waco. Almost finishing the story. As Lynn shots, she gives Cheetah a give me a break look. Hello, you're still trying to escape here. Can you keep it down? But things ended up this way because he half-assed everything. Strictly speaking, it wasn't just because of that. But I don't have time to elaborate now. Cheetah, help me lay down some covering fire. I have something to tell leader. No problem, this time I will protect you, Land. Cheetah flashes an OK sign, then moves up to the heads of the formation. Just then, a transmission from Tolo comes in. Leader, head right at the fork up ahead. You will see the corridor leading to the deck. Understood. Lind, what is it that you can't wait until you get up there? Sorry, leader. But in a sense, this is the last chance I will get for this. Lind takes a deep breath, then looks at the fork up ahead. I managed to interface with their systems in the liner's main control room, and I found their exact locations. That is, the dolls being controlled by the arena staff. I want to take them with us. What? Where are they being held? Area D3, on the port side. Tololo, calculate a route to there. Roger. The reply from Tololo comes less than a minute later. The left path from the fork ahead leads to Area D3, the exact opposite way from the exit, and ship security is closing in your location. It would be a risky course of action. If your art group reinforcements arrive quicker, then we can move. Things will be even worse. Oh my god, man, I can't fucking read right now. Right, so I was taking a walk in the wasteland life. Right, then I saw a mangy guy shuffling about, asking for help. I felt bad, so I ran through him with his stuff. Good for you, Waco. Good for you. Ah, my voice is dying. Ah, there we go. If Girard group reinforcements... Oh, I heard that. Oh my god, I'm losing myself. What do you want to do, leader? Yeongju doesn't reply, only tapping her terminal with her index finger. Lance, I'm fairly sure you have prepared yourself for this possibility, but I must remind you that we choose to commit to this course of action. We might not be able to complete the objectives or ensure everyone's safety. Even so, do you wish to proceed? it was not me, it was Josh, of course, Josh, right. Sorry, my mistake. Yeah. I can't do it by myself, so I need you, Cheetah, Turbulent. I need all of Frostfall. Help me out. You don't say things like this often. There is a short silence. Kyonju looks Land in the eye, as though she's come to a decision. Understood. Change your plans, Frostfall Squad. We are heading to Area D3 to rescue the captured dogs. Land blinks in surprise as she stares at her squad leader. The mental image she's always had of Kyonju is someone who has always been cautious and diligent. Yet, she has agreed readily to Land's request. Land can see a trust which needs no justification on Kyonju's eyes. Oh, so you're going to be dog saviors now? Awesome, I always wanted a halo. Hello, help us direct up another route to help us avoid the ship's security. Welcome. Lint, how many dogs are we talking about here? According to the data from the control room, there are about 170 of them. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. The more troublesome thing is that their neuroclouds have been wrecked by the beta virus. They might not listen to us anymore. Wait, so there are almost 200 of them and they might not even cooperate with us? We can't exactly cart them all off one by one, right? Also, even assuming we got them into a position to be evacuated, we wouldn't have the time or cabin space to evacuate them all. Kyonju opens her terminal and begins thinking as she studies the Shepherd blueprint. Kogat injected him Florence serum in the ass earlier. Oh, I see. I see. The dolls... sorry. The dolls are all at the stern of the vessel. If we could strap the enemy amidships, it would give us a lot more time to work in. Cheetah looks over Kyonjun's shoulder and studies the map. Then she points at the red shaded area in the middle rear of the vessel. Later, why don't we blow up the central fuel tank over here and cut the ship in half? That way we can separate the part where all the dolls are. Wait, you want to blow the ship in half? Do we even have anything power enough to do that? I have a feeling that we do. Have you forgotten this genius party? Peter produces a little ball out of nowhere and tosses it up, a wicked glint in her eyes. Tada! Behold my remote bomb! Alas, a place for it to see proper use. Anyway, give the order, leader. That bunny-eared doll is coming after us. Kyonju's gaze hardens as she focuses on the income figure in red. She quickly judges the feasibility of the mission and makes a decision. Rita, plants the explosives at the central fuel tank. Watch for the chance to set it off. But only after Lind and I arrive. Got it. Lolo, contact Miss Exilium right now and have her send more backup. Once we scuttle the ship, we will need people who can manage and move the part of the vessel where all the dolls are. Understood. Lind and I will stay here and lure the enemy to the other side of the ship. We'll buy time for Cheetah. Polo and our backups, alright. Causing chaos should be Cheetah's strong suit, right? Still. Never mind. This sort of thing is alright from time to time. Land reload her Auto 12, then focuses her gaze on the incoming K-09 before pulling the trigger. Her shotgun sprays a torrent of leads, blasting huge chunks of the masterfully carved marble paneling. A column collapses with a deafening crash. K09 is forced to stop as the fallen pillar blocks her path and throws up a huge cloud of dust. Aren't you good at running? Come catch us then. Time to fight. Oh well. Time to fight. Right. So this operation is no wait. Cheetah went away to do her thing, right? On the central fuel tank. All is away, so this means that by lore, these are the only. Oh, I need 4 members. Okay, never mind. Tololo and Cheetah come over here. There we go. Mission objective evacuates everyone. Ooh, music. And oops. This is awkward. Get this guy. Kill that guy. And we're fine. Ow. Bye bye. And go over here. And damn, she has a lot of movement, doesn't she? Cheetah, I mean. Feel this pain. Awesome. And then just run all the way up there. Ow. Ow. And evacuate Cheetah. Tololo is still not there, yes, god damn it. Alright, got this guy. And not enough, huh? Now it's enough. And turn. Ow. Also, there's something here. Ooh, there we go. Got something. Okay. Retreat. Retreat. And I have to wait a little bit more. Kill this guy. Easy. Kyonju and Lind use the terrain to mount hits and run attacks on K09 and their pursuers. They manage to strand them on the B1 deck and get to the main deck on time. It's almost time. And Cheetah and Tololo are Cheetah and Tololo ready yet? The plan's going smoothly and our backup is in place. Head for the pickup point now. The pair run towards the center of the ship, where they find Cheetah waving to them happily. Over here! Over here! This time I was faster than you and land. Aren't you going to praise me? Tololo, bring the chopper in. Prepare for extraction. Hyunju calls Cheetah behind her and looks up. Tololo pilots the chopper towards the three of them. It comes to a halt at the last moment. The rotors churning up waves on the surface of the water below. The cabin slides open, and Tololo pokes her head out to throw a rope ladder down to the three of them. Come on. Just then, there is a loud crash, and K-09 bursts out of a nearby hatch, her eyes a glow of crimson rage. She tightens her grip on her sword and immediately lunges at the three dolls. Now, Cheetah, blow the charges. They're just in time. Cheetah squeezes the button on her detonator, and her bombs detonate the central fuel tank. A massive column of flame shoots into the sky and dyes the darkened sky a dull red. The ship lurches heavily as it is cut in two. Fragments fly everywhere as the two halves keel over and begin sinking into the sea. K-09 frame is sent flying by the shockwave, and she lands heavily on the stern of the vessel, while Frostfall uses this opportunity to scramble aboard the ladder. The helicopter climbs rapidly, rising high into the night sky. We did it! Land can see aliens' backup arriving by the light of the burning deck. The familiar, formerly dust-gathering tugboat is now towing away the stern of the vessel where the captured dolls are. Looks like we managed to rescue all those dolls as well as that K-09. Hehe, things went better than expected. We are lucky that our backup arrived before your forces did, but we can't get careless because of that. Tololo, activate electronic warfare stealth systems. We need to get out of here ASAP. Understood. Mission complete. Preparing to RTB. Tololo presses a button on the helicopter's control panel. It shimmers for a moment in the night sky. Then it projects a holographic image around itself. Several seconds later, several seconds later, the helicopter blends into the starry sky, vanishing into the darkness before the dawn. And we are back. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ship, a bedraggled figure struggles to his feet before pounding on the locked room inside locked room like a madman. Damn it. Carl jabs at his communicator. He presses so hard that his fingers have gone white from a lack of circulation. The door thuds heavily under his pounding. Father, you hear me? Mothership is about to sink. No, you must have some way to do it, so please save the ship. This is the last thing Mother left behind. Despite Carl's wail of despair, the only answer from the communicator is the sound of static. Just when he thinks there will be no reply, the person he is calling suddenly speaks in a quiet voice. Father, is that you? Thank God you answered. You'll save the ship, won't you? If I were you, I would think of how to get out of their room first rather than whine and cry about a boat when your life is in danger. It's just a tool for making money. Is it really that important? It doesn't matter if it's blown or scuttled. When something loses its value, it doesn't matter what happens to it. You're the only one who's so dedicated to something left behind by a corpse. No, it can't be. This is Mother's legacy. How can you care so little about it? Also, I am still on the ship. I am your son. You can't just abandon me now. Abandon you? Yakov can't help but snort derisively at Carl's naively. My biggest mistake was not abandoning you after realizing that Celia had raised you into a failure. Even going as far as to give you a chance after chance to prove yourself. Including this one. What do you mean? You saying you already knew about my plan? But when did you... What do you think? Did you really think you could have entered the main control room with just your meager access privileges? And as it turns out, not letting you in was the right thing to do. They placed you in charge of things just once, and you fucked it all to hell. Not only did you choose PMC dolls run circles around you, they also managed to steal all the data in the main control. Now they even got their hands on over 170 gladiator dolls. Exactly what do you think qualifies you to talk terms with me? You are the one who sank the ship, and you did it with your own hands. Yakov's judgment is like a cold blade sinking deep into Carl's heart. Carl clenches the communicator tightly, muttering to himself, unable to believe what he's hearing. No, it's not over yet. I can remotely trigger those dolls' self-destruct programming. We can destroy the evidence. We can still turn things around. Now I am completely certain that you are even more of a mindless idiot than those dolls. They blew up the remote control server with their chopper before they left. You have well and truly fucked things up now. What? Upon realizing that there is no coming back from this, Carl slumps to the ground. This is my fault. Those damn dolls were only able to take advantage of the situation because I didn't get the full beta virus. Not my fault. You just gave me another chance. Another chance? You still want another chance? The company had its hands full dealing with FABN recently. The CEO is tearing his hair out by the handfuls over. Did you know that? And you choose now of all times to pull out a stunt like this. There will be no chances for you. Carl's mouth hangs open as he looks at the door that will not open for him. He does not even have the words to deny his father's words. The child you pulled around with high-grade parts like they were toys. It was like watching a monkey with a Kalashnikov with a Kalashnikov. After all these years, you're still the same as when Celia was around. You haven't grown a bit. You don't even qualify to be an obstacle for me, let alone my successor. So once something loses its values, it doesn't matter what happens to it. Includes me too, right? If you were this smart each time, you wouldn't have ended up like this. Yakov's words are casual, but they hit Carl like a punch to the gut. In Carl's memory, this is the first time his father has ever praised him. But it seems it will also be the last. No, you're my father. You wouldn't do this, right? You won't do this to me, right? Everything I did was to make you proud. Ever since Mother died, I've been working hard all this time. Don't bring up that mother of yours. Yakov suddenly explodes in rage. His resentment for that has festered for so many years is finally pouring. Couldn't even have married that dumb bitch if she wasn't for the Orlog conglomerate. She made a fortune, and all she did was sit on it, make a bunch of worthless toys or donating to charity. Not only did she criticize me for obtaining 16 lives doll tech. Oh, there we go. That's why the virus was so effective on Lambs. So they bought 16 labs back. Also, that could better explain how they could more easily, in less than 10 years, develop third gem dolls. She was even planning to reveal the secrets between me and the sealed public. So she had to die. A good fucking riddance to her. Even after her death, she left someone like you behind. I've been living in her shadow for far too long. You should have died along with Celia. What? So you're saying you killed Mother? Crack. The nearby portholes collapse under the force of the explosion, and glass rains down like hail. Carl's communicator falls to the ground, emitting a shrill error tone. Carl screams at it, but it will never answer him, and the roiling flames consume his final words. You extinguished the sparks Mother left behind. I wonder though, isn't this whole thing a criminal action? for Griffin? Aren't there going to be consequences for this? Especially after going... No, actually. Maybe Gerard, because of the whole illegal activities going on, maybe they will try to wrap things under the rug. So it's not going to be any criminal investigation against Griffin for releasing an attack against personal property of the Gerard group. I think that's what's going to happen, probably. Now, finally, the end of the story. DS-13. Forward unto dawn. Try forwards while looking the wounds of the past straight in the eye. That is the meaning of your suffering. Go. Primary records of government officials, illegal dolls transaction logs, author records for the ship's environmental emissions. The Gerard group has quite a litany of sins to its name. Oh yeah, there's also all those rich people there also. I mean, probably even if there's not going to be a criminal investigation against Griffin, it still puts a massive target on the back of Griffin, doesn't it? Would they even be able to get jobs after its commissions? I would imagine that creating this much trouble to these people would make their names to be put in the blacklist, would it not? Frostfall Squad is going through the data Lind copied from the main control room. It is certainly quite impressive. There's a breakdown of the NV Novala's income and expenditure here too. Let me see. Wow, this is actually kinda scary. They're making more in one day than our squad does in 1 month? It's just as we thought. The income from the entertainment was minuscule compared to the illegal betting on the doll arena. Well, we can now be completely certain that the Gerard group was controlling and running the doll arena. They couldn't make a killing from the black market and use that opportunity to utilize their otherwise defective dolls. The Gerard group wins either way. The beta virus was probably developed for that purpose and tested on the arena dolls. Oh, yeah, speaking of which, don't you think you should get your frame checked out, Land? It would be bad if there were traces of that virus left behind in your neurocloud. Don't worry, I'm not weak enough to be taken over by an incomplete virus. I'm more interested in why it works on IOP dolls. Wasn't it meant to target Gerard group dolls? Lind, are you saying you suspect that the Gerard group stole 16 Labs doll technology? Lind nods. The virus isn't like normal programs. Its right locations and logic would require a target with highly similar base layer code for it to work. But if the base layer code were too similar, then it would essentially be intellectual property theft. If that's really true, we can use the evidence from the doll arena and as proof of the Gerard group's crimes and make them pay for what they have done. Indeed. Even without the technology theft, just the proof of their crimes is enough to bring the Gerard group to court. Is it? Do you really think so, Hyunju? I will contact Exilium now. Once we get back, we will verify the matter ASAP. I'm pretty sure that what we have found will help the commander and Miss Kalina out in some way. Okay. The commander and Miss Kalina out. So this is happening somewhere during the main story, I imagine. Because this, well, it's not a complete proof, but this does imply that the commander and Kalina are working together. And if they are working together, then they have already met. So it is happening somewhere during the main story quest. Yeonju opens a comm channel to Exilium and begins sending over what she's learned. After receiving Alien's reply, Yeonju's stern expression softens considerably. I have good news. Miss Exilium managed to find a new neutral organization that's willing to take in the dolls from the arena and help them clear out the remaining beta virus in their Neo records. What's the name? Really? That's great, they will finally be able to shake off the Gerard group's control. Additionally, the organization will provide them with counseling and supporting them as they reintegrate into human society. Not only will they be able to remove the Gerard group's influence, the dolls will also receive a chance to make a fresh start. You did very well, Lind. Lind doesn't answer, only leaning against the cabin wall in silence. The scorching pain from the virus infection still aches in her body, and a sense of survivor's guilt enveloped her. Lind reflexively looks down at her trembling hands. Oh, she's crying. I'm sorry. Eh? Lind, the leader was praising you. Why are you apologizing? I mean, how this happened because I went off without permission and acted alone, right? I even asked to change the plan in the last minute for selfish reasons. If anything had happened to you all because of that, then I... Lind swallows the rest of her words. The three of them quickly exchange glances. Then they head over to Lind's side as one. What's this, Lind? Are you actually worried about us? Relax, we are okay, right? I believe our squad exists to support each other, understand each other, and encourage each other. And in the end, your play turned out fine. Yes, Cheetah and Tololo are correct. I know what kind of feeling must have motivated you, Lind. Your unwillingness to let Griffin wither away, the anger that drove you to save your fellow dolls, the pain you felt when you thought you had involved us in your trouble. The truth is, we are all the same. The same? Correct. Yeonju gently pats Lind on the shoulder and smiles tenderly. As members of the Frostfall squad, we all have the same goal. We simply see things from different perspectives. Ultimately, I am also partially responsible for this. I didn't communicate my thoughts clearly with you, which led to you feeling like you had to take everything on by yourself. So don't blame yourself anymore, and relax a little. Okay. Lind looks up, her eyes filled with gratitude. It is then that Kyonju notices the wound K09 made on Lind's arm. Here, I will help take care of that for you. Kyonju takes out the repair kit and patches up the cut with a gentle touch and practice skill. The pain from the wound makes Lind wince. Aw, don't you turn off your pain mod? Why don't you turn off your pain modules, Lind? Patching wounds up hurts, you know? The truth is, I can't disable my frame's pain modules. Or is she going to share that with them? Oh, that would mean a lot to her. Why not? Does that mean you have been enduring all that pain during each battle? Lind falls silent, and then nods. Well, I wouldn't say enduring it. After all, I am used to it now. I was an experimental doll used in clinical trials. Part of the reason why Crawl kidnapped me was because of that. What? Lind doesn't feel the disgust or awkwardness she expected when discussing this part of her history, as she didn't want to disclose. Instead, she feels free. My first memories of this world were an icy cold research institute, and endless days of clinical trials. My frame received special modifications in order to meet certain experimental requirements. Not being able to switch off my pain modules was one of them. But doesn't that make fighting in everyday life really inconvenient? Why don't we ask Miss Exilium to change out your frame when you get back? I'm sure she will be able to think of something. Lind shakes her head. One of Griffin's researchers asked me the same question when I first came to Griffin. He said that human sensory feedback would affect my performance in battle and recommended that I change to a more convenient body. But I refused. Wasn't that a good chance to do it? Why did you say no? I didn't know why I did it back then. I just did it out of reflex. Same thing with my name. I ought to be repulsed by the name Lind. The lab was and gave it to me, and it contains all the painful memories from back then. But even after getting the chance to change my name, I still chose this one. At that time, I didn't know why I was so insistent on it. But now, I think I am slowly beginning to understand. Lind looks at her friends. Back then, I thought I existed to be a test subject and that my pain was the only value I had. To deny this pain would be to deny my entire life and the reason I had for existing. It was in Griffin that I came to understand the true worth of a doll. And it was my bonds with everyone that helped me realize that I could keep going forward, even while carrying the pain of the past, and that I could fight to protect others. I mean, The first step of accepting your past is being able to look at it in the eye, right? Lens. And that's why I want to change my body. And I won't change my name. Crossfall Squad made me feel like I belonged, and you helped me understand my reason for existing. Thank you all for that. A can of cool fruit juice suddenly presses itself against Lynn's cheek. Lynn looks back and sees Cheetah grinning at her. Waving a pack of snacks, she scrolled away for a moment like, "Aw, don't be so gloomy, Lance. Crossfall is a home of 4, which means we are all essential to it. Makes perfect sense, right? Just like how you can't leave us, we can't leave you either." That's right. We are only able to handle difficult missions because we have you around. Whether in the past, present, or future, we will always fight side by side. Yup. In order to celebrate yet another perfectly completed mission, let's throw a party when we get back to base. Correction. It will be an after-crisis review meeting. Fortunately, the gold ship that Lira and Cheetah brought back is worth quite some money. Oh, let's go! Let's go and get some money, at the very least. Indeed. Not only have we solved our current financial emergency, we have also managed to come up with a promising action plan for the future. With Tololo's observation skills, the support from Cheetah's items, Lynn's combat power, and my planning ability, we managed to demonstrate exceptional results in rescuing the hostages and have proven that we can handle similar tasks of the same kind in the future. I believe that Frostfall Squad's reputation will soon spread far and wide. Please be good news. The communicator rings. Upon seeing the name on it, Hyunju smiles. It's from Miss Alien. Let's take it together. The 4 members of the Frostfall Squad look at each other and smile. Then, as one, they press the receive button. As the helicopter rises through the last of the collapsed particle clouds, the warm light of dawn shines on their faces. This is Frostfall Squad. Mission complete. We are heading home. Oh, Land is making friends, building deeper connections with her companions. Oh, man, it was a nice short little event. The most interesting part, though, is the part about the 16 Labs technology. That I wasn't really expecting for some reason. So they bought 16 Labs. That's not good. 16 Labs was, especially because 16 Labs specifically was responsible for the AR team technology used. But it would make sense why they would have such interest in the 16 Labs specifically. God damn it, man. I don't like the idea of Paradeals having access to the AR team frames technology. But that's why they are able to create 30 gem dolls. They have a rose frame blueprints. God damn it. I wonder how this is going to develop in the future. It was nice seeing Land again. After her first appearance during the Perry event, you know, the little contest they had among them, having a more deeper look on her personality on these events makes her does paint her in a much better light for new players. Which is good. I won't be able to enjoy like Land. She's a good character. She is just a little maybe a little bratty, should I say. Alright. This is the end of this stream. Tomorrow, I'm thinking of doing a reverse collapse stream. And then after tomorrow, I plan to start reading chapter 15 of Arknights. Yeah. That's the plan for now. So yeah, tomorrow more reverse collapse. Hopefully, I will be able to clear that stage and not have a unfruitful stream in terms of lore once again. I'll try to do heroic mode stages on my off time. As I said before, they didn't seem to be very difficult this time around. The buffs over here, should I say buffs? The effects over here are not too tricky to deal with. Especially by the fact that I have Land and her 5-star weapon. Which probably helps me considering how much debuffs you can apply to the enemies. Alright. Okay. This is everything for today. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.